Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. We have two very juicy topics for today's video. We have the water team build for the dragon, of course, covering the build and stats and every single thing of note. The second being the damage glitch for Shuon. Yes, that's right. We have a very interesting damage glitch that is super easy to do to maximize our damage. Let me show you an example so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here are some example runs from our Zafire skill members, Meg and Jimmy. You can see when it came to this run without the glitch, Shuon dealt 7.1 billion damage, but once we use the glitch, boom, she dealt 9.4 billion damage coming in. That's a huge increase. When it came to this one here as well, Shuon dealt 8.1 billion damage, but once the glitch came in, bam, 9.2 billion coming in. That is a major increase yet again. You also want to keep note when it came to Wetch on Soren, their damage did not go down. Watch, although they can fluctuate up or down, their damage did not suffer when the run was consistent. They dealt 3 billion and 14.2 here, and 2.9 and 14.4 here. So as long as the run is the same, their damage remains consistent and the damage for Shuon increases by a ton. And very quickly, I do want to mention, if you're looking for the light team build, it is linked down below as well. The light team and the water team are the builds you want to use for this week's dragon, so make sure you copy both builds to maximize on your damage, and also make sure you jump in and support us if you haven't yet. You get free codes coming in by sporting. It is 100% free. You just go to the link down below, you press that juicy red supporter button, you press that, press yes, and you're good to go. That means you're supporting, then you wait for the brand new codes to release. The codes are sent to your My page after you support. Right now the codes have expired. You missed out on thousands of Essence Zones, but do not worry. We have brand new codes coming out very soon for a bunch of Essence and more. And as a reminder, next week, your support will get automatically removed. So you want to make sure on Monday, once the extension button comes back, that you go to your My page and extend your support. Otherwise, your support gets removed and no more codes can be sent to you. Every 6 weeks for the brand new season, the supporter program does get reset, so make sure that you're always supporting and you extend your support. That way you don't miss out on the free codes coming out very soon. And of course, I do want to give a big shout out to the first commenter on our last video. We have Unknown User, and a shout out to our Zafire skilled member Mega. It is thanks to them we have the run and a build right here. Now, for all that said, let's jump in and cover the build and then the glitch. Very simple. When it comes to team number 8, you want to make sure Isla is on the second slot. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on a ton of damage. When it comes to Isla, she has a very special passive, that being her A1 advancement, because when using Nef Nova, it charges the power gauge of the second character on the team by 60% and decreases the cooldown of their ultimate skill by 20 seconds. Very important. So that way she casts her ultimate non-stop and our team gets the buffs coming in constantly, which is huge. And also when it comes to Team B, you want to make sure on Libora that you have the Angel in white set. Very important. That way the team member with the most power on our team gets an 8% damage increase coming in, which is huge. And I do want to mention before someone comments it down below, we get it on every single guild boss video out there. When it comes to the Angel in white set, yes, although Libora is on Team B, it applies to Team A regardless. It's a global set effect. So that's why when it comes to Wetchaw, we want to make sure she has the most power on our team when it comes to both teams, that is, to get the 8% damage increase coming in. Now let's cover JINWOO because yes, we're running a sport loadout, so you want to make sure for JINWOO, you have the max intelligence stat. We don't need strength for anything else. That way our cooldown reduction is as low as possible to spam our skills. The Grimoire Moonshadow come in clutch to buff our damage on the target, and also when it comes to our Vex sets, yes, the Greed set comes out because JINWOO is just a lowly support member. He is just back to his E-rank support roots. We have the Infamy set on Chomp, we have the Guardian and Self-Sussing when it comes to Isla, and Desire and Soren because we already have Greed, so we do want both set effects to be applied. When it comes to our Team B, we have the Arm set for defense reduction on our target, and of course the Extra set to ensure we get the most damage coming on Shuon, and the Angel White set as mentioned before, and the Chaotic Wish set when it comes to Libora. And again on support units, same thing. Guardian and Self-Sussing comes in, melee maximizing our Team B damage. And for our skills, very standard, just copy these skills right here to maximize on a break and to maximize on the target's damage taken. These skills are all a must. Blessing Stone, same thing. Reawakening for the cooldown reduction, Bloodlust to reduce the target's defense, and Swiftness to make sure we use our Shadow Step as much as possible. And we are one for the team effect, giving our team members a bunch of stats coming in. This is a must. And when it comes to defensive Blessing Stones, just copy these ones here, then you'll be good to go. And cores, the only ones that matter are pretty much these two for JINWOO. That way the Guardian set always gets applied, and the mana consumption does go down for skills. And of course, for our water team, you do want these cores when it comes to Soren, when it comes to Shuon, and when it comes to Wetchaw. These ones give you so much core damage coming in, and also the mana consumption rate does go down. And for Isla, I do want to mention, when it comes to cores, make sure every single one has damage increase on them. The elements don't really matter. You just want to make sure they're all damage increase because they're passive, which does apply bonus damage increase to our team, depending on the damage increase in Isla. That's why when it comes to her stats, as you'll see in a second here, she has 50% or higher to make sure our team members get the buff applied. Maximizing on her damage increase is a must. I should mention when it comes to Libor on Malin, just make sure on Malin you have the mana consumption core on her. Otherwise, when it comes to both those hunters, yeah, the cores don't matter too much. Just make sure when it comes to Wetchaw, Shuon, and Soren, you have the right cores to maximize on her damage. And when it comes to Isla, as mentioned before, the damage increase stat is a must. Now, when it comes to her stats, here they are. When it comes to Wetchaw, these are her stats. When it comes to Isla, as mentioned before, maximizing on her damage increase stat. When it comes to Soren, same thing. Defense penetration, a lot of good stats there. Shuon, here are her stats. Libor, her stats here. And Malin, her stats. We have a very common theme when it comes to hunters, maximizing on their defense penetration because the dragon has these, and of course. Now when it comes to the damage glitch, very simple. You just want to make sure to maximize on the damage when it comes to Shuon to lower your frame rate. Yes, that's right. You can even try lowering it all the way down to 30 if you want. I would say to make the run manageable, not too low FPS, you can probably get it to the 40 mark to maximize on the damage dealt. For some reason, when it comes to your frame rate, the lower it is, the more damage Shuon deals. I have no idea why. We tested it out and it just worked out perfectly. Every single run for lower frame rates, Shuon dealt so much more damage coming in. So if your options are capped out and you want to lower your frame rates just a bit more, you can basically up your graphics all the way to very high, make your resolution 4K, make everything when it comes to render scale and all the effects maximize to lower your frame rate to increase your damage. But that's essentially the glitch. Just lower your frame rate as much as possible. It won't work if it's like a 1 frame rate because how will you do the run, right? So make sure to lower your frame rate. That way Shuon's damage gets maximized and you deal more damage coming in, of course. Now, with all that said, let's jump into cover the run itself. Overall, it's the same thing as every other dragon run when it comes to the Sport Jinu loadout. You just want to make sure to spam your skills non-stop. Make sure your buffs are applied all at once. When it comes to Moon Shadow, when it comes to Grimoire, when it comes to Cold Ice and Evacuum Wave skill, that way the buffs all stack, dealing the most damage as possible. Otherwise, your damage will falter, which is not ideal. So basically, make sure every single skill is used in conjunction to maximize on your damage dealt. But that's if the run. Let me jump in and show you the full battle. That way we know exactly what to do to maximize on your JINWOO damage, of course. But make sure you drop your like, subscribe, and support us for free. That way we get a bunch of free codes coming in. It supports the channel that way. I can keep on making juicy videos like this one right here.
Bring it